Access Bank, more than banking, and of course Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Happy smiling. We're combining it with the online review this morning, which is brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest.
That's right, Kojo. I was just going to say that as at now we can confidently say that Zenith Bank is 20, and that's a celebration that we ought to be happy about. The board, the management, and staff of Zenith Bank Ghana extending their profound gratitude to you, valued customers, partners, stakeholders, and also friends for 20 years of banking excellence. It's been 2 decades of impact in a lifetime of shared opportunity, growth, and you have been at the heart of the journey. So Zenith Bank is saying thank you for that unwavering trust, loyalty, and support, and here's to the next 20 years and beyond of greater possibilities with you. Thank you for banking with Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank is working in your best interest.
And we start from my Joy online. If you go to Kukrentume, the police station has been shut down and the personnel have been withdrawn because some youth were unhappy with some happenings in there. They attacked the police station, set it on fire. So that's the lead story on my Joy online.
I have a question. So if a police station is besieged, do you shut it down or do you bring in reinforcements?
Well, at the moment, the structure cannot be used.
Okay.
The structure cannot be used.
So they destroyed the police station itself.
So you can bring in reinforcement to restore order.
Right.
But the structure will still need some work done before the police station actually works and works properly. Okay. So I think that's what is there. In fact, the Ghana Police Service has released a statement, and let me share the statement. Police station at Kukrentume closed down and personnel withdrawn following attacks on the station. The statement says the Eastern Regional Police Command would like to inform the public that following attacks on the Kukrentume police station in the Eastern Region by some youth of the town, the Inspector General of Police has directed the withdrawal of all police personnel stationed at Kukrentume and closed down of the police station. Investigations indicate that on 21st September 2025 at 7 a.m., some youth in Kukrentume attacked the Kukrentume police station and the barracks with stones, clubs, and other implements and attempted to set the building on fire following the death of a suspect, Bright Kenna, at D-Ball, who had been arrested for a case of unlawful entry and stealing and was on admission at the community hospital in Kukrentume. A police reinforcement team, which was called in, managed to restore calm, law, and order. Now, the Eastern Regional Police Command has engaged the deceased family and other community leaders and assured them of a thorough investigation into the matter. Meanwhile, the Police Professional Standards Bureau and the Criminal Investigations Department have commenced investigations into the circumstances surrounding the death of the suspect. Video footage of the attack on the police station are being reviewed, and the perpetrators will be identified, arrested, and brought to justice. Now, the command would like to once again urge the public to use lawful means to resolve issues instead of resorting to violence. So this is the police statement on that Kukrentume matter. So, Kojo, they said they sent in reinforcements to restore calm, and investigations will be done to ensure there is closure, basically.
And this is all following the death of a suspect?
Yeah. So that is the big story. Kukrentume police station shut down. Now, protesters hoot at Mustafa Gbande, drive him away during anti-Galamsey vigil. This happened yesterday here in Accra. And stop Galamsey now, I don't want to die. A young protester is pleading. I saw a video on Joy News yesterday of people in the Algona area. Okay, they don't mind there. There's no Galamsey happening there, but Galamsey happening in some other part of the eastern region is polluting their water body, and they don't have clean water because somebody is mining somewhere else, and it's affecting them big time. And a young protester yesterday said that we should stop Galamsey now because he doesn't want to die. And the report we'll be sharing with listeners today will give you reasons why you should be worried. You may not be drinking that Galamsey water, but you're eating yam from that, or cassava or something from that area.
Kuntumre is a particular culprit.
So we'll be sharing that with you. Now, Ghanaians mark Kwame Nkrumah's birthday as Founders Day returns, and NSMQ 20.
I'm receiving Momo.
You are in your capacity as what?
A Ghanaian.
Okay, I'll give you Momo. I'll send you Momo from the Momo app this morning.
That's right.
I remember 100 CDs are virgin.
And I say, Kwame Kumabedi. We'll be at the 100 bar. Say,
Nipa 1,100.
I'm there.
Go with the lotto. This one. Anyway, NSMQ 2025, 174 schools get ready for this academic showdown, and it will also be live on our channels, so you should be ready for that. You are winning this year?
Yeah,
you are winning this year?
Oh,
are you winning this year?
Monica neighbor. Mate, I'm telling you.
That Ogasco is winning this year.
Only question we have you.
What is my
Amaya Fatanya Right, let's move on.
NSMQ. What you do? What do you
Okay.
Where's my water?
You better get one. You better get a bottle of water.
What's here to
And possibly the only trophy you might be winning on that day is what you're holding in your hands now. So could you better prepare for that day?
You cry. Anyway. Which school did you go to? Which secondary school did you go to?
I went to a college, please.
Which one?
I went to Bishop Eman College.
Oh.
Anyway,
let's
continue.
But the last time I drove to Bishop Herman, I was going to Dambai, and when I got to Pando, I realized I remembered that that's SP school. I just drove there. I said SP.
Yeah.
Did you see any NSMQ trophies?
No. But I went to always first at Pando to go and eat.
Anyway, let's do graphic online. President Mahama is out of town. He's leading a high-level delegation to the 80th UN General Assembly. So we understand that it's not business as usual. According to the Foreign Ministry, there will be a lean government delegation going to New York for that summit. People are scrutinizing the list already, which means that a lot of people are paying attention to who is there, who's not there. Who's making it onto the list. We know that, of course, for the presidency, all the close individuals to the president, talk of Joyce Bauer, talk of Felix, the deputy chief of staff, the chief of staff himself, the health minister, the foreign minister. These are the individuals we know of so far. Okay. And also the GIPC boss. He's also part of that delegation, obviously, because of investments. Aside that, no other individual is expected to be there, but we'll be trying to see if some other people will show up miraculously. You never know. It's gonna.
Sometimes you just have to go and give moral support.
Yeah. Aponyo Makin has been delivering a lecture. He's urging the Ghanaian youth to reject corruption. That's his, advice to the youth. And also, police retrieved 10 stolen vehicles from Netherlands. So now it's moving from Canada. And looks like the trend we're shifting to new destinations, but the police service is also retrieving these cars. And of course there's a warning from Yoko. Could you remember the other time when of course Yoko gave a caution that if you're using perhaps an F-150, Honda Civic, there's also one more brand, a Range Rover. You'd have to check all of these cars, make sure that you can just drive by Yoko, pay a little fee, and then they check that for you. Else,
can that thing be done online so that people don't have to physically drive there? And
it turns out to be, that's the only challenge. So these are some of the stories you'd find when you go online, graphiconline.com.
Now, if you go to citynewsroom.com, Grain Glut threatens Ghana's food security as 100,000 tons remain unsold. So now, and if you go around the country, I think over the weekend too, there was a story from Idra and the Mampong area of maize farmers who are unable to sell their maize. Yeah, so if you go around the country, there are people with a lot of paddy rice they're unable to sell. There are people a lot of maize they're unable to sell.
I thought our demand far outstripped our supply of maize.
Well, I think there have been a lot of cheaper imports into the country, and nobody really watched the dynamics, because I know people that we supported to do maize last year and people who did rice last year, and they still have their paddy rice they're unable to sell. And the last time I did a market survey, I realized that almost all the imported rice brands were way cheaper than the local rice brands, because the dollar depreciated, the CD appreciated, and the people who did the local production bought their inputs and their cost was pegged at the old dollar rate, because that's when they bought their seed, fertilizer, they paid for everything. So we need smarter insights into managing this, and the Ministry of Agric and Ministry of Trade must lead this. You do not allow a lot of imports to kill your local industry.
Right.
Other countries are using tariffs and all sorts of things to protect their industry. They are using the power of the states to procure some of these things to keep the money moving around. We need to do better.
So even with maize, our imports are cheaper.
I think so. I think over the past couple of years we allowed some imports into the country. I cannot give you the exact numbers right now. I can give you to you later this morning. And there's also an egg glut now. Kusia. There's
Funny now, I'm cherry.
There's tomato glut. In fact, in the Ashanti region, the MP for the Agogo area, Ohene Kwame Frimpong, actually posted a video on social media calling on the government to help. And I think the president ordered that some 100 boxes or 1,000 boxes of tomatoes be bought for school feeding.
Yeah, they've purchased all of them actually.
Unfortunately, that's not the way to go. We did not react this way. That's what we've been doing. And as we celebrate Nkrumah, what would Nkrumah have done?
That's a question we're asking today, right? We're asking today. So we want everyone to tell us, how would Nkrumah describe Ghana today?
Yeah.
What would he say?
Yeah.
If he heard the headlines this morning,
Yeah.
what would he say?
Yeah.
Use either one word or one sentence,
Yeah.
however brief you want to be. But that's an important
Yeah.
question. How would Nkrumah deal
Yep.
with this tomato glut issue?
Yeah.
I think
He would probably look to technology.
Could I think we had the regional silo concept. I understand it was started by him, but it looks like you go to some of these facilities and they are not readily in use now, or probably they've been abandoned.
What do
somewhere.
people use them for instead?
We need to take stock of warehousing silos.
Yeah.
Look at their current states and see if we can improve them. We did one district, one warehouse, and all sorts of things. We need to really be strategic with these investments. My house, I don't buy tomato paste or tomato mix, because those things don't contain a lot of tomato. It's like 7%, 12%, 20% tomato. When tomato is in season, I buy them, dehydrate them, pack them. You just put them in the blender. Look, there are 1,001 ways we can process tomatoes, even without the big factories.
Yeah.
So we need somebody to be smart about this, because we can't always say there's a tomato glut, farmers lose, and then by December there is no tomato in the market, and the tomato you are buying now for say 1 cedi, you buy it for 50 cedis in December.
It's crazy.
When you could just dry some, do all sorts of things with tomato. We need to do better. So that story is on citynewsroom.com. That's the lead story there. And Fix the Country defies government appeal, continues anti-Galamsey vigil. And in the Kukurentumi story, the City Newsroom angle says that 2 officers injured, police vehicles damaged in Kukurentumi youth clash. Now, there's also a story from on GES. No clearance for 50,000 teachers. Ignore fake recruitment letter. This is
50,000.
Yes. Yeah.
The Business and Financial Times online has an editorial on employers and labor, what they want. The claim is that they want bold and targeted policies to unlock growth. So it comes with the TUC's Secretary General, a picture of his. And there's also an editorial on BOG maintaining the easing cycle. Local industries reel under flooding of imports, I believe. It's according to AGI, as they are warning of some dire impacts on the economy. So they want us to grow more, to produce more, so we are self-sufficient.
If you go to the news center, NDC backs Baumia, NPP voters pick a Siedun Ketia or Haruna. So NDC voters are backing Baumia. to be flag bearer of the NPP. And NPP voters are backing the Sinu Ketia Haruna. This is according to Global Info Analytics.
And in fact, that conversation came up Saturday morning when we did Prime Insight. And according to him, the latest on both primaries for the NPP and the NDC will be done at the end of the month. So they've, I think, done a face-to-face interaction of over 2,000 people already.
Right.
And the signals are quite interesting.
Interesting, Well, I look forward to hearing the findings on that one. All right, I suppose it's time now for the BBC News. And